Okay, let's get started. So it's white to move. We have a queen and a bishop. He have a queen and a knight. So in pieces is pretty even. And he have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawns, and we have 4 pawns. So the position is about even-ish. Like I mean, in terms of pieces wise and pawn wise. Now, what's his threat? How many moves does he have until my king is not safe? So he could go here, and I'll go here. Then he can go here. Just imagining if the queen is not here, right? Can also go here and go here to push my king. So it's just gonna be merry-go-round, and that's just not good because draw in the puzzle doesn't usually happen much. So if most of his moves are either threat to losing or to draw, then this is probably a checkmate puzzles. I mean, could be winning a queen, but I'm not seeing it at the moment. So most of our moves should have to be like immediate threat. There's no waiting move, probably. So what are the checks that we have? So when I look at this position, I'll look at even stupid move that create checks because just to not miss out on any blind spots. So this is a threat. I mean, this is a check, not a threat, because the king can take back. This is a check, and I'll lose the queen. This square, I also lose the queen, but it's a check. Go here. Where would the king go? Obviously, this bishop cannot do any threat at the moment because it's a white square bishop and this is a dark square king. So the queen is the most likely piece to do any threat at the moment. The king is not close enough to do any threats to the king. So if my queen is here on the highlighted red square, the opponent's king only have 2 options: either move to h5 or g5. Now let's calculate on each of these squares. Queen go here, king go here. What's the next check? I could either check with the bishop, in which case opponent can just take it and I have nothing. Alternative is I go here, king go here, and I can force a queen trade. Check. Opponent queen take, I take. Now the knight is going to come in, attack the king and attack the bishop, so there's nothing here as well. So let's go here. Let's assume he go the other way. No, let's continue. There's still more to go. So go here, go here. I do not have to check with the queen, and I do not have to check with the bishop. There's another thing that we can use to check the king with, and that's the pawn. So the king cannot go back. King can either go to the dark square, to this white square here, and to this dark square here. So let's assume the king go to the dark square here. My queen can now go backward. He's forced to move sideways. Wait, hold on. What am I talking about? This bishop defend this way, backward. So this is actually safe pawn that cannot be taken. So I go here, king go here, I go here. This pawn cannot be taken. Assuming he goes to the dark square, I infiltrate backward, and this is checkmate because the king cannot go here, because the bishop protects this. Cannot go here because the queen protects this. Cannot go here and here. So this is all protected, and the queen also guard this square. So this is checkmate. So let's say go here, king go here, pawn go here. Instead of going to this square, now he go to g5 square. So what's the other thing that I can check with? I could obviously check with the queen by going to here, but the knight will take it. I go here, the king will take it. I go here, the king or the queen, opponent's king and the queen can take this. So opponent go here, I can actually check with my pawn. So opponent cannot go to any of these red square here because my queen is protecting it. So the only move that the opponent have is to take the pawn here. So now the king is on this square, this red square here that I'm highlighting. Now if my queen slide from the back, this whole vertical is taken. This square is also taken because the queen is here. And bishop cover these squares. The king is actually on this non-highlighted square here. So there's no escape here, and this is checkmate. Is it that easy? Go here. Go here. So now we go this square first instead of this square first, okay? And let's attack here. Again, the king cannot go along this this line. Bishop cover this square. Pawn cover this pawn is protecting this square. This square is attacked. So now the opponent have to go here. If the opponent go here, we're gonna push this pawn again, and we're in the same position that we calculated before. Opponent cannot take the pawn that was just pushed up. He can only go down here, and then our queen is gonna come over here. However, what we didn't realize is that this queen also defend backward. So if our queen go here, we're just gonna lose our queen. So let's calculate here. Here. So if our queen cannot go through the back, okay, it's a way to win the second's most valuable piece. The only way for this to happen is if the king is blocking the vision of the queen. So let's say the king is here or here. The queen have to be the queen had to be on the h6 square in order to take the queen, but that's not going to happen because there's no supporting pawn on this queen. Is there a way to checkmate without the queen at the end, just with bishop and pawns? In what positioning, imagine we can teleport pieces around. In what positioning can this ever happen? Bishop cover these squares. Is there a way to win this pawn? Because if I can win this, if the queen can win this pawn, then there's no backward guarding it. Actually, what we didn't realize is that if the queen go here, queen doesn't always have to play in this diagonal, can also go this way. This square is taken. This square is taken because of the pawn protecting it. This square is taken because the queen is protecting it. This square is protected because the knight protecting it. This square is taken because the queen is protecting it. Okay, so I see something here. Here, here, go here, go here, go here. So he's here and he can't really move anywhere else except taking this pawn here. So the king is no longer here. And so our queen is here and there's only two places to check the king. Either go to h6, which he's king guarded, or I can go to this square here, which is f6, which check the king. Now, if the opponent's queen is not here, this is pretty much checkmate because the opponent's king cannot go forward or go backward. So the opponent's queen have to guard it by doing here. Then our queen come down here, which check the king on h4. Now the opponent's king cannot go to g5 because the opponent's queen is guarding the dark square. Cannot go to the white square because the pawn is, looking at it. It cannot go forward because our queen is looking at the h4 square. Okay, so g5 is figured out. Now let's look at the other square. So h5 is the escape square for the king. And the same tactic apply. I push this pawn. Now opponent go here. Now the only two square I can check the king is f2 or f6. f2 and I will lose the queen. Therefore, elimination is f6. Opponent's king is checked. He cannot go forward any longer. because my king is blocking the third rank. So he cannot go to h5 because the pawn is blocking it. Therefore, again, he have to protect it with the queen. And this is the same situation where I just come down here and it's checkmate again. So let's do it. As planned, go here. And as planned, go here. He takes, I come in and check. Queen block, I go here and this is checkmate. Again, I cannot go here because the queen defend backwards. Oh, I didn't see the pawn. But that is okay because now the queen doesn't defend backward and we can go here and this is checkmate because queen attack this square, this square, this square, and this square, and the opponent's king cannot go forward. So is this checkmate? Pretty sure it is. And that's how you solve puzzle number 48.